But people look at me as abnormal people, crazy people. But I don't care because it's not my fault. It's their fault because they think like that. That's one word that I always want to say to everybody in my life now. That word is life is easy. It's so easy and fun. Before that, I never think like that. When I was in Bangkok, I feel like life is very hard, very complicated. I was born in a poor village from the northeastern of Thailand. When I was a kid, everything is fun and easy. But when the TV came, many people came to the village, they said, you are poor. You need to follow succeed for your life. You need to go to Bangkok to pursue success in your life. So I feel bad, I feel poor. So I need to go to Bangkok. When I went to Bangkok, it's not very fun. I said, you need to learn, study a lot, and work very hard. And then you will get success. I work very hard, 8 hours per day at least. But what I can eat is just a bowl of noodle per meal. Or sometimes a dish of fried rice or something like that. And where I stay is very bad. A small room with a lot of people sleep. It's very hot. I start to question a lot. When I work hard, why my life is so hard? It must be something wrong because I produce a lot of things, but I cannot get enough. And I try to learn, I try to study. I try to study in university. It's very hard to learn in university because it's very boring. And I start to look at the subject in university. Every faculty, most of them is destructive knowledge. It's no productive knowledge in university for me. When I look at something like if you learn to be architect or engineer, that means you ruin more. If you learn agricultural faculty or something like that, that means you learn how to poison, to toxicate the land, the water, and learn to destroy everything. Life is so hard. I feel disappointed. I start to think about why I have to be here in Bangkok. I thought about when I was a kid. Nobody worked 8 hours per day. Everybody worked 2 hours, 2 months a year. Planting rice 1 month and harvest the rice another month. The rest is free time, 10 months of free time. That's why people have so many festivals in Thailand. Every month they have festival. Because they have so much free time. And then in the daytime, everybody will take a nap. People have a lot of time. But at that time, because they have a lot of time, they have time to be with themselves. And when they have time to be with themselves, they have time to understand themselves. When they understand themselves, they can see what they want in their life. So I decided to quit university. When I went back home, I started to live like when I remember when I was a kid. I started to work 2 months a year. I got 4 tons of rice. And then the whole family, 6 people, we eat less than half a ton per year. So we can sell some rice. And then I dug 2 fish ponds. We have fish to eat all year round. And I started a small garden. I have more than 30 varieties of vegetables in the garden. So 6 people cannot eat all of it. We have surplus to sell in the market. We can make some income in there too. So I feel like it's easy. Why I have to be in Bangkok for 7 years, working hard and then don't have enough to eat? But here, only 2 months a year and 15 minutes per day, I can feed 6 people. That's easy. And after that, before that, I think that stupid people like me who never get a good grade in the school cannot have a house. Because people who clever than me, who get number one in the class every year, they spend, even they get a good job, but they need to work more than 30 years to have a house. But for me, who cannot finish university, how can I have a house? Hopeless for people who have low education like me. But when I start to do earth and building, it's so easy. I spend 2 hours per day, 5 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock in the morning. 2 hours per day. And 3 months, I got a house. And another friend who's the most clever in the class, he spent 3 months to build his house too, but he had to be in debt. He had to pay his debt 30 years. So compared to him, I have 29 years and 10 months of free time. I keep building house every year, at least one house a year. Now I have no money, but I have many houses. My problem is tonight, which house I'm going to sleep. It's easy. If you don't believe me, try it. And then the next thing is clothing. The most expensive pants cannot change my life. Why we need to follow fashion? Because when we follow fashion, we never catch up with it because we follow it. So don't follow it, just stay here. Use what we have. So after that, until now, 20 years, I never buy any clothes. All the clothes I have is left over from people. When people come to visit me, when they leave, they left a lot of clothes there. So I have tons of clothes now. And then when people see me wear very old clothes, they give me more clothes. So now when we look at everywhere around us, everything is so hard to get. So I feel like now is the most uncivilized era of human on this earth. We have so many people who finish from university, have so many universities on the earth, have so many clever people on this earth. But our life is harder and harder. We make it hard for who? We work hard for who right now? I feel like it's wrong. It's not normal. So I just want to come back to normal, to be a normal person, to be equal to animals. The bird make a nest in 1 or 2 days. The rat dig a hole in 1 night. But the clever human like us spend 30 years to have a house. And many people can't believe that I cannot have a house. They can't believe that they can have a house in this life. So that's wrong. Why we destroy our spirit? Why we destroy our ability that much? So I feel like it's enough for me to live in the normal way, in the unnormal way. So now I try to be normal. But people look at me as abnormal people, crazy people. But I don't care because it's not my fault. It's their fault because they think like that. So my life is easy and light now. That's enough for me. People can think whatever they want. I cannot manage anything outside myself. What I can do is change my mind, manage my mind. Now my mind is light and easy. That's enough. If anybody wants to have a choice, you can have a choice. Choice to be easy or choice to be hard. It depends on you. Thank you. Before that, I never think like that.
Before, I never thought things like that.
When I was in Bangkok, I feel like life is very hard, very complicated.
When I was in Bangkok, I felt like life is very hard, very complicated.
I was born in a poor village from the northeastern of Thailand.
I was born in a poor village on the northeastern of Thailand.
When I was a kid, everything is fun and easy.
And when I was a kid, everything was fun and easy.
In an unnormal way. So now I try to be normal.
So now I try to be normal.
But people look at me as abnormal people.
But people look at me as the abnormal people.
But I don't care.
But I don't care.